Yeah, I mean, to be a dentist in Britain is kind of like just shooting fish in a barrel, right? You just got a very captive audience up there.
Whenever I see somebody slowly putting on their rubber gloves, it just takes me straight back to an incident I had between the Thailand and Malaysian border. So anyway, married life, Don, what's that all about?
Oh, God.
Well, I'll say this about Donald Trump. The main reason he wants to be re-elected is because as soon as he stops being president, he'll just go straight to jail. If that happens, he will complete his journey, the full circle, to become the sort of authoritarian dictator that he kind of has been fantasizing about. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be, whatever time it happens to be. Welcome to the Big English Stand-Up Show. We are illuminating the secret laws of human nature. We're here to help, even if our help isn't wanted or indeed needed. My guest today is Don Rau.
Woohoo!
Hey! Let's clap as much as we can to make it sound like there's more than two people in the studio. How are you, Donny?
I'm doing great. How are you, Steve?
Absolutely tremendous. Yeah, getting through this rather strange period at the moment. Well, I'll say this. Whenever I see somebody slowly putting on their rubber gloves, it just takes me straight back to an incident I had between the Thailand and Malaysian border.
Ooh.
And that's the thing about trauma. You can't, if it's there, it's just there and it stays with you. And there isn't a lot that you can do with it logically. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, married life, Don, what's that all about?
Oh, gosh.
What's that like?
You wouldn't know, would you?
Huh?
You never been.
What? Oh, God, no.
Never been married? No,
thanks.
You don't know what you're missing.
No, thanks, mate. Yeah. So what would be, just out of interest...
I'm an expert. Been done it twice.
You've been married twice. Just out of interest, what are your top 3 tips to newlyweds? Like, I just suddenly had this image of you being this kind of estranged drunk uncle at the wedding, like, come over here, kid, come over here, let me just give you a little bit of advice. Giving unsolicited advice to newlyweds. I didn't mean it like that. I totally didn't mean it like that, even though I'm sure you'd do a great job of that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the great drunk uncle or not, but yeah. But I can tell you, I think if I had to list my top 3, gosh, I think you have to learn how to compromise, and I know that's hard for a lot of people.
Well, you think that was hard for you?
Yeah, I'm a pretty agreeable guy.
Exactly.
I'm a real agreeable guy. I'm not one that really enjoys. I mean, I like a good argument, but it has to be over something that's, something that's worth it. I think you should definitely be able to compromise. You should be able to you can't be an idealist, so you can't think of things in a perfect world, right? And because it just won't be, right?
Okay, and number 3?
And number 3, I think you have to keep having the sex. And I know that's really...
Hey! Kids are listening. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if kids are listening. Right, okay. You got to keep it working in the bedroom.
You do, yeah. There's no excuse for not doing it. That's the number one thing I think probably...
I've been really trying, baby.
Happy times.
Okay, good. That's good. That sounds really good to me.
But I think the first 2 lead to number 3. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to compromise. You can't be an idealist, and then I think you'll be okay in the sex department.
Compromise in the sex.
Yeah.
And don't be too idealistic about the sex.
Yeah, that's right.
I try not to talk about them, but I guess you're here, and I'm a quarter Yankee Doodle myself, and they've got a big day coming up soon, haven't they? So that's the...
Thanksgiving.
I thought Kanye West's birthday. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is indeed coming up. The day when Americans...
I know what you're talking about.
Like, the gall of Americans sometimes, like, it amazes me. Like, they still celebrate a genocide. I if I was Angela Merkel, or there's a bunch of people, I'd just be like, yo, America, if you get to celebrate genocide, how come we? Okay, never mind. Let's stop. That was on the okay. Yes. So the election is coming up. How are you feeling about it? Have you been reading about it? Do you give a shit?
I was trying to stay here as long as I could to try and sweat out this election, right? So just kind of stay here, just sweat it out. I just got some news from, and right now it's just people are just kind of gearing up. So Americans believe at this point that no matter who wins, it's going to be crazy, right? So all the food is being bought off the shelves.
Oh, right.
People are buying. Yeah. They're just everybody, I think, is panicking because I just don't think anybody believes it's gonna work out without some sort of drama.
Well, I'll say this about Donald Trump. A lot of people are saying the reason he wants to, the main reason he wants to be re-elected is because as soon as he stops being president, he'll just go straight to jail. And I'll tell you what, if that happens, he will complete his journey, the full circle to become the sort of authoritarian dictator that he kind of has been fantasizing about, Yeah. So that's exciting. Well, anyway, on the subject of elections and things like that, politics.
Right.
Meanwhile, in New Hampshire, did anybody hear about this? There's a trans satanic anarchist with her F the Police slogan wins the Republican nomination for New Hampshire County Sheriff after running unopposed. Okay, so the new sheriff. There's a new sheriff in town. She won the GOP bid to be sheriff of Cheshire County. That's a whole county. I don't know how big that is. She ran unopposed, and she says she is an anarchist and a high priestess of the Reformed Satanic Church. GOP supporters in the county wrote in another candidate who ended up losing. Her slogan was F the police, and she supports decriminalizing drugs, sex work, and illegal immigration. Wow! There's something that's a nice triangle, isn't it? Sex, drugs, and illegal immigration. That'll be a fun. Tell me about New Hampshire. I didn't know about this. I started reading about this, and apparently New Hampshire has been. I don't even know where it is, dude. It's to the east.
So it's in the extreme northeast. So it's right next to Maine. It's always it's all in the top northeastern part of America.
So this is another one of these kooky states that you have in America, like the one with you got the one with the Amish, you got the one with the you got the one. What's the one with the Utah? You got that one there with
Utah has the Mormons and the Latter-day Saints.
Then you got the Quakers somewhere.
I have no idea where the Quakers are. Right. I'm sorry.
Then you got the
Amish are in Pennsylvania, if you're interested in, but they're not all of Pennsylvania, Steve. They're like maybe a small town of about 50,000 people.
Right.
And the Satanists are in New Hampshire.
And the Satanists are in New Hampshire. But I also read this morning, I did find this quite interesting. I found out this morning that New Hampshire has been trying to attract all the libertarians to come and live there. So, they're agreed that they're interested in small government and all that other wacky stuff that libertarians are into. And so, slowly but surely, they're trying to develop a libertarian culture up there in the Northeast.
Yeah, it's a very independent type of area. So next to it is Vermont. Mm-hmm. That's where Bernie Sanders is from. He's an independent. So the whole thing, those are very sweet, peaceful states actually up there. New Hampshire and Vermont. Yeah, that's where if you're going to go anywhere in America, my opinion is to go to one of those states.
So what are those people all about? They just love their God. They love their freedom. They just want to be left alone.
No. I think they're more, it's the forest, right? It's kind of the forest up there. So it's very peaceful. Think like, just just kind of sleepy a little bit, small town in the woods, cabins and log cabins and maple syrup and all that other crap. And that's kind of that whole area. It's a beautiful place, and I've been there. It's not really that much to do. That's kind of why, but I that's kind of why you kind of grow strange things, right? You know, Satanist libertarians and so on. But
well, I gotta tell you, I wish I had been at the transsexual satanic anarchists celebration party. That to me that sounds like fun.
That would be a good one. But we've already got so many Satanists running anyway for the U.S. government.
My dentist keeps trying to talk me into getting all my teeth done, like the whole lot, the whole thing.
You're going to take out all the teeth.
Whenever he brings it up, it always sounds to me like he just wants to smash them all out with a hammer, basically, right? And start again, you know? So it's kind of weird, because I keep seeing grown-ups, I keep seeing adults, you know, with the braces on, right?
Right.
More and more, you got to admit, over the last 10 years or so, you see more and more adults with the braces. When we were kids, it was only really the kids that had the braces, right?
Yeah.
And I keep looking at these people, and I just think, and I've had the mucked up teeth my whole life. It's out there. My brother, my mum, everybody. My brother's had implants and things. Like, my family's got bus up teeth. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Just take the pain. All right?
Yeah.
Just hold on to something and take the pain, bitch. Yeah. That's kind of like become a family motto.
Yeah, I just got an implant done actually a couple weeks ago.
Did you really?
Yeah. My first implant.
So that's all cool, you know, but I just keep meeting these adults. I'm just going to be honest with you, man. I just keep meeting these adults, and they've got braces, and I'm just thinking, how messed up must your teeth have been, dude? Because I've always had bad teeth. What you see now cost a lot of money.
Wow.
A lot of money. Thousands.
Really?
Yeah. I've always had ugly teeth, and I just keep looking at these adults and just think, wow, how bad were your teeth? Because mine have always been bad, but I still haven't. The point I'm trying to make is that I think there's a lot of dentists out there, and they really got their sales technique down, baby, and they talking these adults into getting the full complement with the braces, even though they don't really need it, because we all know it's well expensive, that thing. Right?
Yeah. I mean, to be a dentist in Britain is kind of like just shooting fish in a barrel, right? You just got a very captive audience up there.
You can have that one. You can have that one.
You have very nice teeth for a Brit, I would say so. I mean,
yeah, well, sure, whatever. It's still probably rubbish compared to the Americans.
We have pretty.
Yeah, don't get it twisted, Steve. Calm down, Steve.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I have very bad teeth as well, so I sympathize with you. I have like 8 root canals, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I love, the other thing that he does. That's why I think he's attended a lot of sales seminars, because he keeps going like, yeah, so when are you coming in for the whole thing? And then he always just goes, you don't have to pay it all at once. I mean, there's a 50% deposit, and we have a repayment plan. And I'm just lying there thinking, bitch, how did you decide I can't afford this? How did you? He's like preempted that I'm going to need the repayment plan. And I start looking at my clothes. I start getting all self-conscious. Like, what's the matter? My shoelaces undone? What's going? And I just thought he's making me feel so not only is he, it'd be so funny if he ended up listening to this. What's it called? Not only is he making me feel insecure about my smile and my actual teeth, he's making me feel insecure about my wallet, my income, right, and my possibility. But that's a big financial commitment. It's a big commitment because it takes about 2 years. And just one last thing I want to say about this is that the woman who introduced me to him, she said, I had toothache, and she went, oh, I know a really good dentist. The woman that introduced me to him, I went back to her and I said, hey, he keeps trying to get me to do the whole, the braces thing, like the whole realign your entire kind of jawline and all that thing, right? And he goes, and I asked him how long you wear the braces for, and he said, oh, not more than a year. And she's the one that went, yeah, but when they say a year, they really mean like a year and a half. You know what I mean? She's the one that said it. She was like, yeah, I wouldn't believe a goddamn word he said. It's just becoming so salesy. I think that's an American phenomenon, the mix between, like, healthcare is sold so aggressively in America now,
yeah.
that I think that but it does. I'm not blaming the Americans. I think it's a natural evolution. Yeah?
Sure, yeah.
So I had a thought I wanted to share with you, Don. Like, somebody said to me that, you know, when they met me, I was very different to how I actually am, right? So this person said, you know, she thought I was really cocky, right? And really kind of... And then thinking back, I've heard this a few times, but not often. I don't want you to think that I hear this all the time, because I don't. All right, but I do remember thinking back, the first time anyone ever said it to me, she said, oh, well, when I met you, I just thought you were this big, what they say in Russian, you know, a big peacock.
Right.
You know, just like a real kind of bragging, very vain, conceited, whatever. And then obviously, I was just sitting there. Well, this is it. I was just sitting there thinking, yeah, but you know that's not true now, don't you? So what's more important? Is it more important that you now know that that's not true and that basically you were wrong, huh? Or is it better that you first thought that I was fairly cool and then found out that I was a dickweed?
Right.
How about that?
Yeah. You know, when I first met you, I thought you were... I'm one of those people that I thought you were a dick at first.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I thought you were kind of a dick, and you kind of strolled into the studio and then I got... Once I got to know you, you really are like a kind of a M&M, right? You know, like hard shell, soft inside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I don't think... I think those people are wrong who think that you're, you know... I don't think you're... I think you're more soft than you probably let on. Okay, well, listeners, I'm pretty sure a lot of the listeners are probably thinking, yeah, they're going to excuse me when I say, could you please expand on that? What do you remember from meeting me for the first time? Was it something I did? Was it something I was wearing? Was it something I was said? What was it? I think it was when you put your feet up on my console,
slapped my wife across the ass.
You put your feet up on my console and just on the table there and just started to, you know. So I'm like, oh God, what am I in for? What did they? What did they? No, you came in pretty. Yeah, you just come in with a swagger, and I think that's part of it. Mm-hmm. Right, and most entertainment people come in with that, but you come in with a swagger, and I'm like, oh God, what does this guy? You know, what does this guy want? And but really, I mean, it's just about letting people get to know you. I think that probably, but if you're telling, I guess I don't see the irony in telling people that they're wrong. I mean, like you're wrong about me. You're completely wrong. I'm not a dick. You know.
Is a phrase that doesn't really get used much, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, don't
you feel stupid now?
Well, no, but listen. Don't take that so literally. But like but at the end of the day, she was wrong. Okay, she was wrong.
She was.
But I'm not sure I can control that line between confidence and cockiness. You know, I think confidence is one of the most important things in the world. Confidence. You've got to give kids confidence. They have to find it from somewhere, right? Speaking a new language. Confidence is incredibly important. Be
absolutely.
Confident. You know, trying to meet a potential partner. Confidence is literally the most important thing when you're trying to meet a girl. Literally, it's like it's in first place.
Yeah, of course.
Confidence is everything. You have to back yourself. Well, I remember there was a guy who was going. I was just showing him some stand-up comedy and some crowd work.
Yeah.
Right. And he just goes, "Yeah, I don't believe that that's all improvised." And I said, "I beg your pardon." He said, "I don't believe that's all off the cuff improvised." And I took that so personally that I started writing him this long message, like going, "Yo, dude, don't be ridiculous." The person I was showing him was the top level comedian as well. And he's like, no, I don't believe it. I said, well, dude, and I tried to explain to him that this is what we do, and I used the phrase to back myself. Like, you need to back yourself. You know what I mean? You need to, from somewhere, you need to find this confidence, basically. Right. And it can be genuine or it can be fake. But if it's fake, then yeah, you're in the Donald Trump, Kanye West territory, and that's just some kind of personality disorder.
Artificially high self-esteem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not based on anything. That's like a lower middle class thing.
Right.
It's kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
I can spot it more often. The older I get, the more often I can just spot, aspirationalist bullshitting, and I don't even want to spend too much time on it anymore.
So you would say that you're a fairly confident person. Like, it's very hard to say, look at yourself and go, oh, I think I'm fairly, because everybody deep down probably has a little bit of insecurity, right? And to say that you're I think it's confident. If you're confident, somebody else should tell you, right? Oh wow, look at him, he's so confident.
I'm over it.
You're over it.
I spent the first half of my life being insecure and shy. I'm done.
You know what would make you more confident?
What?
New teeth. Get those teeth taken out.
Man, get
braces.
Why I oughta. The Americans, you see that whenever they just want to take a pop at a Brit, they just go for the teeth every time. They're so root one, Don. I'm ever so disappointed in you, Don. I'm ever so disappointed. But let's just develop it just for a little bit longer. So what was the situation? I'm walking in to literally do my second or third ever radio show.
Yeah,
and you're the DJ.
I'm the DJ.
So would you not think, I've probably been building up to it all week, and when I walked into that room, I wanted to feel confidence. My whole week had been building up to that. So why wouldn't I come in kind of, not peacocky, but just nice and confident, feeling good?
Yeah, I think as an American, I think it's part of the American culture. When I come in and I see somebody who's a little bit too cocky, it puts me off. It makes it so that I probably don't feel as I'm like, oh God, it's going to be hard to relate to this person, right? Like, this person's just kind of going to be a dick, and so that's kind of why at first I thought that you were, but then I just had fun with you, But I was a little bit nervous at it at first. I think that was like the third time you had done the radio show, and you had come in there, I think, with Cristiano, and I said, yeah. And plus, you came in very well dressed, and that was another thing.
Did that not make any difference to you?
No, I mean, it came in very well dressed, and again, I go, oh God, this is some some uppity dude, and I'm gonna have to deal with this guy, and he's gonna want, all sorts of things from me. So, can you see that, everybody? Let me just touch on this. You see, so if you're well dressed, you are likely to suffer from this kind of anti-snobbery that you're being uppity. Isn't that? Haven't we reached a terrible time? What's the year? 2020. This is where we're at in 2020 now. Isn't that shocking? Yeah.
How's the Me Too thing going on in America? Have you been following that? Where are we with that? We've outed a bunch of people in Hollywood who are handsy and grabby.
Since Me Too got rid of all the creeps, now we have a terrible shortage of celebrities. And this is in America, we have, we need, if anybody's listening out there, we need more celebrities in America. You know how you spot a creep? Me Tooers out there, you know how you spot a creep is when you're talking about the kind of women that you like. And I'm always so suspicious of the guys that go, yeah, I like the girl next door. I'm more like the girl next door. And I'm just thinking, well, if you like the girl next door, why don't you just go talk to her? You know what I mean? I prefer the girl next door, or the girl 2 doors down, or the girl. Basically, I'll take anything. Because I don't got the stones to actually go up to talk to anybody or do any of the work, any of that basic work that I had to do, or my father had to do, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, going right back to the goddamn monkeys. The cavemen and the monkeys had to find a way
to,
I think creeps,
get my great grandmother interested. Damn it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
I think creeps are generally idealists, right? Because if you're a creep, the part of the whole thing is that you don't really want to talk to those people. You really don't want to go up to the girl next door. You want to keep that image in your head, right? It's more about what's going on inside your head than it is actually what's going on out there. So you're enjoying that whole little interaction you have in your brain, and your and so once you go to it, once you do it, then you kind of lose the whole mystique behind it, right? It's kind of, so I think that's part of it, right? You have this idea of what you think that's going on there,
The fantasy is better than the reality.
Exactly. You said it better than I did.
Well, there's a wonderful film that if you're interested in this kind of thing, there's a great movie. It won an Oscar. It was called Her, directed by Spike Jonze. And, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh,
and he was brilliant as he always is. It's just like a way before Joker, but he was still a brilliant actor, and that's what that film's about.
Yeah.
It's about the fact that things are always circling around in your head, and they're very shiny and pretty, but then you don't. We have this laziness inside us now, more and more with the technology that we have, which is just labor saving, but it's also labor saving up here in the brain. You see?
Right, exactly.
You're not forced. Oh God, you had to. What about when you hear about the 50s and stuff? Like when I hear my mum talking about stuff like dances. All the men standing on one side and all the women standing on the other side, and a man you had to walk. All your peers would be standing by the wall, and they would watch as you walked from one side of the hall to another side of the hall and asked a girl to dance. And if she said no, you just have to come home and say to your parents, Mom, Dad, we're moving towns. Right? This stuff like this. This is just one generation back.
If you want confidence, that's confidence, right?
Yeah.
Standing from across the room and just having to look at somebody and then walk over to them in front of everybody and just putting yourself out there, right? You get rejected and then everyone will remember, right? That's confidence. Right now, everybody's got phones and they can just text somebody. And if, hey, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right?
Here's an article that was very heartwarming. I thought I would read to you. Okay, see what you think about this. Belgian princess reunites with former king after paternity battle.
Oh.
Yeah, you heard that right. Just in case anybody was wondering what the hell's going on in the Belgian royal family paternity battle thing, the long-running royal scandal that has riveted Belgium and damaged those involved reached a new milestone when the former King Albert II reunited with the daughter he fathered out of wedlock more than half a century ago.
Wow.
That dirty dog. Albert II sat between his wife, Queen Paola, and the former Delphine, I love her name, Delphine Boel, who has been recognised as Her Royal Highness Princess Delphine after a bitter 2-decade paternity fight. After the tumult, the suffering and the hurt, it's time for forgiveness, healing and reconciliation. The three said in a joint statement issued by the palace on Tuesday, 2 days after the meeting. Together we decided to take this new path. It will require patience and effort, but we are determined, they said. Last month, a Belgian court ruled in Princess Delphine's favour and officially recognised her as Albert's daughter, which the ageing monarch had fought to avoid since paternity rumours became public in 1998. Prince Delphine is 52!
Oh! The bastard princess.
All these women who dream of being princesses. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's possible. Sometimes you got to wait until you're 52, but no one's saying it's not possible.
But isn't that great? just one day you wake up and find out that you just suddenly are now royalty, right? I think everybody has that.
Well,
chance.
I wouldn't say wake up one morning. He was fighting it with his lawyers for 20 years. Rumours about Albert and Princess Delphine's mother, the aristocratic wife of a wealthy industrialist, had been circulating for years, but Alfred long refused to recognise her. I love the way they're using the word recognise. You know, I am the King of Belgium, goddammit, and I do not recognise her to be my daughter.
Yeah.
You better recognise. That's used in hip hop sometimes as well, isn't it?
You better recognize. No, I mean, I would like somebody to recognize. I think where are my ancestors from? Germany. Maybe I'd like somebody to recognize that I was, related to the. I don't know what did Germany have? King. I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. A new chapter. I love this fun. The final statement. A new chapter had opened, rich in emotions, peace of mind, understanding, and hope. Aren't rich people wonderful?
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like it's been dipped in sort of old money aristocracy.
No,
that's what the Swedes.
It's been dipped in, all right.
Industrialist. When did you ever get to use the word industrialist? She's the daughter of an industrialist, don't you know? Oh, is she? Oh, yes. God, being at a party with a Belgian royal family, I can't think of anything more awful.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's got to be boring with those people. That's probably why he's got so many kids. After a while, royalty gets boring, right?
Anyway, well done, Delphine. You're a princess at the ripe old age of 52. And there we go. But I was going to say, like, the Scandinavians are really good at creating these noir thrillers, which are full of all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo?
I did a long time ago, yeah.
It's a masterpiece, I think. But they're quite good at, family secrets being hidden, not recognizing daughters and all this kind of shady ting. They know that's fertile for a good kind of noir thriller.
It is. I'm jealous of people like that who have kind of that scandal in their background, right? I don't have any of that,
No?
No. My parents are just two industrialists, that's all.
Donnie, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, as always.
Excellent. Let's all cross our fingers and hope that the election doesn't cause some kind of second revolution. Although, anyway, stay safe, everybody. Don't get corona. Wear your mask, wear your gloves.